All right, welcome into the show. I'm reacting to Dick Van Dyke reacting to his life in pictures. He's 99 years old, and I'm glad I got recommended this. This algorithm knows me too well. I love me some Dick Van Dyke. I had a weird childhood where I was watching all these old shows like Three's Company, Sanford and Son, and Dick Van Dyke Show was always my favorite. I don't know why. I always liked watching it before bed, and I loved Mary Tyler Moore, who's no longer with us. Like, how do you download something like this? I don't understand that one. But she's no longer with us. It was a beautiful woman, amazing actress. I love the Mary Tyler Moore show as well. But yeah. Anyways, here we go. Dick's looking good for 99, looking great. Even got a little red hair. Look at that. Anyways, let's see what this is all about. And he still seems pretty sharp, and I hope he lives forever. Honestly, I remember saying like 10 years ago, man, this dude's gonna live to 100, and here we are.
Pretty good. But for 100, people say, "Hey, what did you do right?" And I say, don't ask. I don't
I'm
know.
gonna turn this one up real loud because last time I tried to do a video with an old man, Joe Biden, he was like literally whispering. So yeah, I got the volume on 66. Hopefully that's loud enough.
Can't put me finger on what lies in store.
DVD.
The original show, Carl Reiner was considering casting, and it was between me and Johnny Carson.
That would have been weird.
And fortunately, Johnny and I ended up where we belonged. He wouldn't have been any good in this, and I would have stunk at his job.
Take him to the vet.
To the bed?
Yes, Rob, please. That poor bird is suffering.
All right. Well, come on, Stanley. We're going to go get a physical.
Carl must have interviewed 100 girls
100.
looking for the right.
Bro, they interviewed 100 female actors, but with Dick, it was just like, yeah, it comes down to Dick and Johnny Carson. That's hilarious.
For the right one.
They chose the right one.
He said what caught her about Mary, that she had a ping in her voice. He said there's a ping there that got his attention. He took her by the head, took her into the producer and said, "This is the new Laura."
Took her by the head.
You have been so
Man.
foolish.
From the first show she was on, from the first word she
They just
spoke,
treat women as property in this fucking society, bro. Like, literally. But took her by the head. That's crazy.
she was perfect.
Is that what modern daddies tell their children about the facts of life?
There was no breaking her in. I mean, she was working with three people who had done a lot of comedy. She had never done comedy. She was unbelievable.
Man, this guy's unbelievable. How is he so sharp for 99? Like, he talks better than Joe Biden. Better than Donald Trump. Better than a lot of these old assholes we, are forced to live with.
Great from day one. It was just meant to be, I think.
Oh, dear.
What's the matter? What?
He hadn't changed at all.
You said, oh, dear.
I was just sighing.
Well, honey, at a time like this, don't sigh unless you really mean it.
I remember the casting directors and people, after we went on the air, she was the lady who played the wife on a sitcom. I mean, that was her image.
She was more than
She
that.
didn't realize how much talent there was there.
That's what I'm saying, man. Dick understand. You could tell he really misses Mary Tyler Moore. She was more than just that wife on a TV show.
So we put together
She had an aura.
a special called Dick Van Dyke and the Other Woman.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Did walnuts come out of that closet?
Walnuts?
Yeah?
Maybe, it's like I've said it before that we're the way we are because we don't even think about how our formative years, like our childhood years, and up through puberty, really, inform or set in stone our preferences, our personalities, our proclivities. There you go. You want 3 Ps. But it's like I've never been a man that is like afraid or intimidated by strong women. It's like all the shows I grew up watching had strong female leads. It seems like. And I feel like that makes a massive difference. The media you consume, it really it sets your beliefs and your you know what I'm trying to say. It makes you who you are.
Everything she did.
Trying to use big
Singing,
words.
dancing, everything. We really showcased her. And Bang! After that, she got the series.
I
We
had
had
good
a crush
influences.
on each other. Purely innocent, but we just loved each other. She was quite a gal. I said in an interview that I didn't think there was enough
Mary Poppins.
quality
We love
kids
that.
entertainment. Well, Walt Disney heard it, called me up, and put me in Mary Poppins. And he took me around.
Was Walt Disney really as anti-Semitic as people say? Well, I've never looked into it.
He had several offices with watercolor paintings of the various scenes.
I don't want to
And
know.
then he had the boys play the score for me, and I went home walking on air. I knew way before we started that we had a wonderful movie.
Hello, art lovers.
Everybody was kind of affected by it. We knew we had something really valuable.
This isn't even like Dick reacting to his life. Like I expected just talking about pictures. I expect any movie footage to be spliced in.
Really good to do. So we all did our best.
I thought you were just
and
gonna be literally
enjoyed it
looking
as
at
much as we
pictures.
could. This little guy,
Like this.
he was ornery. Oftentimes we'd have to stand there, while they lit, and he would get boring, and he used to bite me on the butt.
What? He used to bite him
Give
on
me
the
a
butt.
bite. He was just playing. The little
What?
girl was sweet, and of course the lady of all time. My problem with Julie was I'm not really a singer, and Julie had not only had that beautiful soprano, but she sang just a little on top of the note, a little sharp.
Oh, supercalifragilistic.
Julie Andrews. And man, you could tell Dick Van Dyke lived a good life. It's like you don't wind up like this at 99. First of all, you don't wind up at 99 being a piece. I mean, I know I'm a psychology major. I don't want to get off into the weeds. I've heard like sociopaths and shit live longer because you're not worried about anything. You know what I mean? You're just worried about you. And yeah, but I don't think Dick's like that. But he lived a good life, man. You can tell this dude did what he loved what he did, or loves what he does, and he's just a good, honest, open dude. It feels like a good example. Somebody I'm trying to be more like Dick Van Dyke.
Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious.
I don't know how many takes I had to
Because
do.
man, you don't wind up like this. I'm telling you without living a good life. You can tell this guy did things the right way, man. I don't know. It just gives all that vibe. This he's a good dude. Dick Van Dyke, DVD.
In the pre-record, I finally got there, but it was hard. I don't think we ever even had an argument. We just had a good time. Doing a musical is fun. I don't care what you're
I
doing.
used to love
It's
those
just
musicals
fun.
as a kid. The sound
You
of
never
music
get
and
tired
shit
of
like
it.
that.
The
I grew
first
out
number
of
when we
it.
go into the fantasy thing. Ain't it a beautiful day? Bright as a morning in May.
I feel like I could fly.
There's something about that and the dance that went with it that was just fun. I did my best to look like a real dancer, but some of the stuff is just a little hokey. But it's funny, I think. The dance with the penguins
I wouldn't, man. I was gonna say jacket. I want that whole outfit.
was quite an experience.
Think I get some looks walking around downtown. Look at he's gonna do a full split.
The animators had to be there to tell me exactly where
What
every
the? Huh?
bird was. And it took a lot of takes.
Ah.
But when we got it, and I saw it on film, it blew me away how great it looks. And I like my dancing. It is a little eccentric.
That's all that
but
matters, Dick.
That, I think, is what got me.
Me, I love dancing. I'm a bad dancer, but that's the way I look at it. It's like I like my dancing. Shit, man, it keeps me in shape. Keeps me happy.
With the job, probably.
Get your knees up. Get your knees up, stepping time. Get your knees up, stepping time. Every reason, every rhyme. Get your knees up, stepping time.
I got an award from my crew. She got the Oscar, so the crew made me a statue. It's a little man with a broom made out of nuts and bolts, and
What?
it's sprayed gold. It really is cute.
That's weird.
2 laps, Uncle Albert?
Yes, please.
Bert?
No, thank you. No
What's
sugar.
going on with that table?
When we all have tea on the ceiling with Ed Wynn, and they broke for lunch and forgot about me and left me hanging there. And I had to yell for help. God, that was fun. All my kids.
These are great stories.
This is up in in Mandible Canyon. Carrie and Stacy and Barry. Oh, there's Chris. Yeah. My kids are in their 70s now.
That's what I was about to say. When I heard my kids, I was like, man, they gotta be in their 70s.
My son's an old man.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that was our first.
It's like just thinking about like my parents. My parents are like in their 70s basically, and I'm not. It's unbelievable. I wish my parents had me when they like this, where they're relatively young when they had me, and we could be old together. I'm probably not going to. What am I saying? Of course, they're not going to see me get old.
First house we bought when we moved out.
It's mind blowing. You can have a son. You're 99. Your son's in his 70s. That's hilarious. You're literally both senior citizens. You're both on fucking Social Security, man. ARP eligible. That's crazy. And that's normal. It's like I've always walking around thinking like my dad's like 40 years older than me, bro. I've always like my whole life thought about the fact that like that's nuts. I'm never gonna see my dad get old. I did, but yeah. It's something you think about because it's not like Dick and his son's age gap.
From New York, when we started the series. When we first got married, we had nothing. I mean, I had no money, no car, no anything. So I spent most of my time out looking for work and working. During those early years, I was raised in a family with no money, so the whole thing was getting some money together. And getting a home. I bought a home on the GI Bill, finally. But I think it was the toughest was I did game shows, I played nightclubs, I did about everything. I did radio. At one point I was doing a disc jockey show at 5 in the morning, and then at night I was working with a partner in nightclubs. So I was getting like 3 or 4 hours.
See, this is good. I'm glad I watched this because I did not know about any of that. And it sounds like a fun life, honestly. Doing radio at 5 a.m. and night, working for nightclubs. It's like my dream.
Sleep in between.
It's not even work.
But
Fuck sleep.
that's the only thing I can remember is working so hard to get going, to get a foothold. So they probably got neglected at some point because I was really working hard to get out of poverty, so to speak. But I haven't had any complaints from anybody.
Well, he lived in 99.
That was a big, heavy piece of machinery, and it had a 4-cylinder Ford engine in it, an British Ford.
I thought you said I was a big, heavy piece of machinery. What the fuck?
You couldn't get going very fast in it.
Well, what do you think of it?
What is that? Model T?
It was fun to drive, though, the size of it. We drove it for miles and miles with, camera cars on it. These kids were dolls. They seemed to enjoy it as much as I did.
Bang, bang, chitty, chitty, bang, bang, our fine four-fended friend.
The first day
It looked like a green
Chitty
screen.
Bang Bang, I reported to go get made up.
I need to watch Chitty Bang Bang.
In the chair, and the director called the makeup man over, and I heard him say, "What about the Hooter?" The makeup guy said, "Hey, I'm not a plastic surgeon." It's the first nose joke I ever heard. Nobody ever made fun of my nose before, or since.
When you said Hooters, I thought it was something else. With the color scheme of this.
Not a dancer. I never trained or anything. And to discover that I could do that, the opening bamboo number.
I went to Hooters one time. It was so depressing. I went with my friends, and we were literally the only people in there. The chick that served us did not want to be there. It was like really late at night. And she just kept trying to sell us drinks. I had a rum and coke, and I'm like, man, I'm done. This shit is not what I was expecting. It was so depressing.
At the end,
we weren't old enough to go to clubs yet, so man, it was so fucking depressing. I did not enjoy my experience at Hooters.
Jump over that bamboo, and every time one guy would miss. We did 26 takes.
Drinks were watered down.
So that last shot is the last one I could have done. But I didn't know I could do what I did. The choreographer.
What am I saying? I was old enough to go to clubs if I was drinking, but I guess we were just didn't go for some reason. I don't know. Who cares?
You could do it. And it was just a thrill. because I didn't know I could dance.
I didn't know I
I
could
was backstage in the
dance.
green room at Emmy, waiting to go on.
Is that his wife? Is
And
that
one
Dick's
thing
wife? I've never seen his wife. His wife's fucking beautiful. Arlene, gorgeous face, amazing features.
in the green room at
Good
Emmy,
taste.
waiting to go on. And one thing I had never done was ever approach a strange woman in my life. And she walked by, and without thinking, I jumped up and said, "Hi, I'm Dick," right? And asked her to sit down.
Wait, did he say he
And,
never
found out
approached a
she-
woman in his life?
And one thing I had never done was ever approach a strange woman in my life.
What? What? Wait, huh? They looked like they were like 50.
And, you know, we had to jump.
Where the fuck is it?
Could do it. And it was just a thrill, because I didn't know I could dance.
I'm confused.
I was backstage
Oh, well, when did they meet, though?
in the green room at Emmy, waiting to go on. And one thing I had never done was ever approach a strange woman in my
A
life.
strange woman.
And she
Oh,
walked
these
by,
guys
and
talk.
without thinking, I jumped up and said, "Hi, I'm Dick," right? And asked her to sit down.
I've been in one of those situations once in my life where, like, you do not know the chick. You, like, just, well, I did know of her. Like, we had a vague idea of, I've had a vague idea who she was. Friends had told me about her or whatnot, but I just jumped up just like he did, asked her out. It worked, but it didn't work out long term. You know, a few days, though.
And found out she was a
I
makeup
thought I
lady,
found, like,
and
that
I hired
one,
her
like,
on the
spark,
spot.
the marriage thing.
And then all during the shows, it didn't take too long. I kept proposing.
We got along great. Had a great time. It's just, she just did not want what I wanted. Long-term thing.
You know, and I finally won out. But she is responsible for Halloween, for publicizing me. I don't know what all. I can't even list everything she does. She's constantly busy. She has a big following online with her own show. She sings. She dances.
Hey, this guy is good.
When I learned all that, and then I found out she likes Halloween. That did it. She had to be a part of the family. And
Man, I see so much myself in this guy, this young man. Halloween's I love Halloween. It's not my favorite. Christmas is my favorite, but Halloween is one. It's up there, baby. Such a fun holiday.
we're pretty famous for our Halloweens. She's a joy. She's a joy. She can get me singing or dancing or whatever she wants. I'm just lucky.
Gosh, she's beautiful.
It's hard for me to believe it was chance, you know, that I just suddenly.
She's out of his league. He'd probably say you're right. Man, I'm joking, but man, she's fucking beautiful.
Picked her out of a crowd. There's some fate in there, I think. I really believe it.
How did you handle the age difference?
Well, you know, it hasn't turned out to be any problem. We thought it might be in some regard, to some extent, but it hasn't really. I'm infantile to start with. Emotionally, I'm about 13. So it's really been a problem.
Me too.
And she's quite mature for her age. So
That's what I need, man. It's like, I don't know why I'm thinking about myself and all this. Like I said, I see myself in this dude. The only way I could be tamed or like brought to be normal, like calm down. It's like I'm just a woman that's, you know, more mature than me that would like be able to tame this horse or however I look at myself. And that's probably the way he is. Just like just an energetic, just crazy young dude that just got tamed. You know what I mean?
We haven't had any problem with age at all. We've done a lot of dancing together, but of course, being of her generation, she didn't know anything about the music of my generation.
I was born at the wrong
She's
time.
learned practically every song I ever knew from the 40s and on.
The 40s,
And
man.
we
I feel
sing
like
them
I
and
am this guy.
harmonize.
Amazing, great outfit, by the way. Man, this dude is cool as hell.
And we sing them and harmonize.
Probably more like Dick Van Dyke.
But she just took the time and the trouble to learn all my favorite songs.
That's
I don't
love.
know any of her favorite songs. She had never heard of the old barbershop song. Nothing could be finer than to be in Carolina in the morning. Nothing could be sweeter than your sweetie when you meet her just dawning. Where the morning glories bloom around your door, whispering pretty stories You long to hear much more.
Is she singing with
Walking
him?
with your
Wow.
cutie when the dew is pretty early in the
He
morning.
knows all the words.
And I just harmonized right there. Mama, mama.
Man, this is beautiful, dude. Man, what the fuck?
If I had a lead lamp for only a day, we'd make a wish and everybody say, nothing could be finer than to be in Carolina.
If I hadn't cried on fucking mic like 30 times this week, I would probably be shedding a tear. This is really great stuff.
Nothing could be finer than
It's
to
got
be
marriage I want.
Carolina in the morning, in the morning. Yeah, that's what we sang that, and I was just flabbergasted that she could sing and dance. This is the sequel, yeah. Yeah, I got to dance. Was I 92 or 93? Yeah, I got to
2018,
dance.
Dick Van Dyke. It's like David Letterman.
It looks pretty much like I look like. I wouldn't need any makeup now. I played an old man a lot, even on the old series, and I always made them, and they're not really that way. They were funnier that way. I think of how rare it is that a person gets to do for a living what they love to do. Most people, have to go sit in an office. I never forgot that I look forward to getting up every morning and going to work because it's what I would have done for nothing. I had the entire family,
Yeah.
and they took up the whole backyard.
How many grandkids do you have?
I don't know. I don't know.
I'd have to count.
I'm having them. How many are there?
Grandkids. He has like 8.
Oh yeah, great.
grandkids.
Yeah, my grandkids I know, but great grandkids, I don't know.
I forgot I was even doing a video. Man, one of my favorite YouTubers replied to me. It says Samesies 20. Oh yeah, you're man, fuck me. I love being replied to. Like, I freeze up. I love being replied to by my favorite YouTubers because they're my favorite YouTubers. Makes you feel like I'm part of the experience. But man, like, it makes you feel like you're on the spot. I don't know what to say. I'm not gonna say anything.
It's sprouting everywhere.
I appreciate it.
I feel really good. But for 100,
I wish I had people to reply to and love their comments because nobody ever interacts on the channel. Man, I don't get it. Like, I don't bite. I'm a pretty normal guy. I want people to interact with, but it just doesn't happen. And that's okay.
But I really don't. I have no pain, no discomfort. People say, "What did you do right?" And I say, "Don't ask. I don't know. I'm rather lazy." And
Maze, just like me for real.
I think I've always thought that
I'm lazy too.
anger is one thing that eats up a person's insides, and hate. I never really was able to work up a feeling of hate. The things I don't like, people I don't like and disapprove of.
For me, there's definitely anger there, and there's hate for certain people. But he's right. You can't let that stuff consume you because it will consume you.
But I never really
Gotta keep it right
was able to
balance.
do a white heat kind of hate. And my father was a person who was constantly upset by the state of things in his life and everything. And it did take him at 74 years old. I think that is one of the chief things that kept me going.
So, Dick, what's next for you?
My dad was definitely that type. Always angry about circumstance and things, which made no sense because his circumstance was pretty great when I was growing up. But just the way he was raised, I guess. He was a drinker.
What are you looking forward to?
Well, my birthday, because she's arranged quite a celebration.
I hate my
just hope
birthday.
I'm up for all of it. Yeah, she's going to give me the town of Malibu, I think. Yeah, she's got a lot of big plans, so all I have to be is feeling well enough to get through it. I'm pretty satisfied with the good luck I have had. Most people seem to have an idea about death that they are aware of it. In other words, they say, "Oh, nuts, I'm dead now."
I'm dead.
They are aware that they're dead, and you're not aware of anything. When you expire, you expire. I don't have any fear of it. For some reason, I can't explain that, but I don't. I've had such a wonderfully full an exciting life that I can't complain. It's just almost like it's accidental. I was having the time of my life doing all this stuff and creating a legacy at the same time. What I've left in the way of children's entertainment and children's music, I believe that's my legacy. I don't think remembering me is that important. It's the music.
Oh, it is.
The music we leave behind.
Now you had a massive impact on this child, and yeah, that was amazing. I did not expect to enjoy it that much. I thought I'd be like, man, it's one of those videos I'm gonna have to keep on the cutting room floor. It just didn't work out, but it did. And here we are, 25 minutes later. Dick Van Dyke. I hope he sees 100 more years. That dude's incredible. Try to be more like Dick Van Dyke.